Ah, my old hard drive. I wonder what's on it. Okay, let's find out what's on this thing. Well, I guess I probably should have expected that. It's me again, and I am cleaning out this hard drive. I need enough space for one AAA game, and this has way too much junk on it. My computer has many things. Games, Godot, a bunch of Doom mods, and an unholy amount of random footage. So that's why I'm here today. I want all this stuff off of my computer, and I can't bring myself to do that until I've talked about these games at least once. First up, Starbound. No, this is not modded Terraria, this is a whole other game. There are a lot of similarities to Terraria, what with it being a 2D sandbox game and all, but there are definitely enough differences to keep it distinct. A lot of D's.
Well, that was lame.
Okay, so just about everything I was going to say about Starbound got proven immediately horribly wrong the second I played it again. The building and mining is actually a lot better than I first thought it was. The combat got exponentially more interesting as I played. The story actually got moving after I played it for another hour. It's just actually incredible, and I wish more people played it. Honestly, it seems like a lot of fun, but I didn't really get into it because 1. Obligations, and 2. None of the boys have this game, so no multiplayer. 4 Steam Workshop mods out of 5, this is actually really, really good. The next game, on the other hand, literally doesn't function without multiplayer. So you know what that means. Hey, you want to die together?
We already do that on a weekly basis, but sure.
Lethal Company is a game that nobody seemed to shut up about for a while, and it's fair to see why. This thing has the potential for all sorts of goofy shenanigans to take place. Heck, just messing around on the ship is pretty fun.
Please stop.
The game goes about as follows. Run into the location to grab stuff. Try not to die horribly. Die horribly. One person makes it back to the ship and makes off with enough loot to keep going. Repeat. Running into an extremely dangerous facility to grab a bunch of junk is a very simple but very fun game loop that keeps you thinking and panicking.
Well, that's just cursed. Oh, that's very cursed. Why are there so many bees?
There's a lot of scrap metal in there, but that slime is catching up to me. If I hurry, I might make it in and out before he blocks the door, but is that a risk I'm willing to take? Oh man, that loot bug is after me. Do I drop these bottles and make a break for it, or hope my stamina will last long enough to carry them to the door? A giant spider is chasing Jim. Do I try to rescue him with this shovel, or run away so that at least one of us survives? There's a bracket and 3 coil heads around here somewhere. I should definitely turn around to make sure I'm not about to get backstabbed. Oh god, there's a blind dog and my friend hasn't noticed it yet. We're both gonna die because he won't shut up. Ah! Now, I do think the game gets repetitive after enough goofing around has taken place, but once they've had more time to update the game and add new features, I will absolutely be coming back to this one. 4.5 bodies out of 5. The blind dog ate half a John. But that's a pretty new game. I need something older, more well-known, preferably enjoyable. Oh. Yeah, that'll do it. Yes, I know it's not the right crowbar. Shut up! If I wasn't so gosh dang lazy, I'd make a whole retrospective on this series. Maybe once I get through the enormous backlog of games I want to talk about, I'll come back to the Half-Life series and do them too. Anyway, the original Half-Life is an absolute classic. This sucker taught the masses what it really means to be immersive in a video game, letting the player do just about anything and react to it. You shot at a wall? Bullet hole. You smacked a window with your crowbar? It's probably gonna break. The gosh dang hand dryer in the bathroom will whir if you interact with it. What the heck? Even some modern games don't have this level of detail. On a completely related note, the AI of the enemies is absolutely stellar. The soldiers almost feel like real people trying to take you out, and the aliens have no semblance of self-preservation. The weapons feel amazing to use, the environment is pretty intricate for being a late 90s game, and oh shoot, the head crabs are falling from the sky. Some people may complain that the graphics are woefully outdated. But I counter that with the Black Mesa remake. Absolutely stunning graphics, incredible gameplay that carries over from the original, and one of the best soundtracks ever. It also has Gordon Freeman. What more can you want? 5 head crabs out of 5. They are all jumping out of the vents. Ah, shoot. Now I'm broke from buying all these games. What am I going to do? Good thing this video is sponsored by my job. Did you know that if you work a part-time job, you can exchange your time for money? Please help me. One-Armed Cook is today's obligatory free Steam game. It's absolutely ridiculous, and playing with a few friends quickly turns it into total chaos with everybody laughing their heads off. Except for the guy who actually wanted to complete the objective, as that is really, really annoying to do when all of your friends are setting things on fire and throwing the equipment out of bounds. In general, trying to complete the primary objective is somewhat agonizing, as the game's namesake, One-Armed, makes the process of putting food together pretty miserable. Thankfully, that doesn't really matter when you can get down to shenanigans like this.
The dumpster and everything around it is on fire. There's a
3.5 burgers out of 5. I ate the other ones. For something that hits a little bit closer to home, let's take a look at a game I used to play with a good friend of mine. It's called... Crashlands is a pretty cool top-down sandbox game. It's a really fun game to sit back and chill to because of its relaxed pace and more laid-back soundtrack. I got really far into it on recording, but never quite finished it due to... If I ever played it again, I'd start over because I'd be completely lost as to how to play the game if I ever hopped back in so close to the end. The story is simple. You need to get off this rock to deliver some packages, but this stupid floating frog is keeping you here, so you have to take him out and find a battery to power your spaceship. The building mechanics are serviceable, and the combat is pretty alright. Overall, it's a good time. 4 out of 5 batteries. The 5th one is still somewhere down on that planet. But I need something with more action, more adrenaline, more rushing insanity that makes you want to laugh maniacally. And with a name like Ultra Kill, I think it fits the bill. This game is way past cool. Everything about this screams action. For example, you can use this revolver to flip a coin into the air, swap to a freaking electric railgun, and ricochet its shot off of the coin to deal a crapload of damage to a boss. What other game lets you do that? The movement is buttery smooth and a lot of fun to utilize for dodging attacks and speeding towards the poor soul that tried to shoot you from across the room. You can parry almost anything with your fist, including your own shotgun shots for some reason. All of it is extremely satisfying to pull off and rewards you heavily with way better damage. You can find secrets, fight absurdly powerful bosses, rack up an absurd combo and try to get the coveted P rank, and even play a fishing minigame. I had a lot of fun with this game, but due to a condition known as a skill issue, I haven't made it past the water area yet. I'll definitely come back to this one as well, once I feel like it, or once the game is actually finished. Still well worth buying, even in early access. I highly recommend it. 5 coins out of 5, and a bullet ricochets off of all of them to one-shot V2. So apparently I'm not the only person to get so frustrated with Hello Neighbor that I go make my own game to show people how it could really be if given the chance. So let's take a look at Hello Neighbor Altered Reality, because the reality we live in is sad. Altered Reality is a sort of reimagining of the original Hello Neighbor, but without a lot of the weird, annoying bullcrap. That lazy chase theme? Screw it, use the actually tense one from the alphas. Stupid platforming? It's gone. The only time I got frustrated was in this basement section, and to be fair, that was kind of a dense puzzle. Bizarre art style that breaks any semblance of tension or horror in a horror game? Gone. Stupid puzzles that don't have any hints whatsoever and drive you crazy with their idiotic solutions? Pretty much gone. I think the only puzzle I had trouble on was the very last one in the game because I didn't notice the obvious key the neighbor has on his belt. Whoops. The neighbor can't do anything to you? Wrong! He can get to literally any floor of the house, chase you down effectively because of the improved AI structure, the push ability doesn't exist, and getting caught actually has consequences. Maybe a little too harsh of consequences, to be honest. Yeah, when you get caught, all of your progress in the act is reset, leading to much retreading of puzzles you already solved. The cutscenes are alright, the story is about as cryptic, if not quite as annoying, as the original, and there are actually really cool secrets. Like, remember that door in Hello Neighbor's Act 1 basement that had 3 locks you couldn't possibly open? In this game, you can! If you find the extra hidden key over here and keep the other 2 keys you used on hand, you can actually remove the locks and go in, if you're fast enough, If not, you will have to quit and start the entire basement section over because it transitions you to the next act of the game instantly upon being caught there. So, this is a really cool fan project that should be given more love. 4.5 golden apples out of 5. The overtuned punishment is really the only thing holding it back at this point, and you can halfway turn it off in the options menu.
What am I supposed to do with all these cassettes anyway? Just listen to them. Fine, if you say so, but I swear if they start playing Taylor Swift, there's gonna be a riot. Well, that's unhelpful.
Cassette Beasts is a Pokemon-like RPG where instead of sending your monsters out to fight for you, you become a monster and fight for yourself. Additionally, there are disturbing entities called Archangels that are probably trying to kill you. You're stuck on an island full of monsters and people who are slowly losing it because of being trapped here for generations. And why the heck are there vampires? Wait, they're even worse? Land speculators! We gotta take these guys down. My only problems with the game so far are that 1, the vocal soundtrack is kind of annoying because trying to read text while listening to a song with words in it hurts my brain, and 2, the voice clips used at the beginning of most text boxes are unnecessarily loud for some reason, even after turning it way down. Other than that, pretty good.
4 microcassettes out of 5. I really wish I got hooked on this one, but alas, here I am playing TF2 for the millionth time. What the heck is that?
A relic. Yeah, it's been nearly 7 years since this console portable Nintendo thing came out. I don't know why Nintendo hasn't moved on or created a better system. Maybe they had flashbacks to the Wii U and wanted to keep this one going as long as they possibly could. And from looking at the sales metrics, that is fair. Anyway, Tears of the Kingdom. I will definitely be making a full video on this one eventually, you know, after I make it through that massive backlog of games I really want to talk about. I just wanted to say that I've been enjoying it a lot in my spare time, and I'm kind of angry at myself for leaving it on my shelf for almost a year. 5 big fans out of 5. This construction mechanic is extremely cool.
And that's all of them. Now I can finally download that AAA game. Ah! And the backlog gets longer.
Anyway, the original Half-Life...
Ah, shoot. Now I'm broke from buying all these games. Okay, can you toss it back? Forgot my lines immediately. Something about throwing wallets makes everyone forget their lines. Check out those bloopers for more. Shoot, now I'm broke from buying all these... I didn't know I had a quarter in there. 2 quarters! Wow, I can get a whole 6 lives in Pac-Man. This is so stupid. Alright, this is a new level of dumb, but here we go.
That looks like a dream.
You know, I do another take, but I think the box has had it. What the heck am I supposed to do with a cassette? Just listen to it? Fine, if you say so. I swear if it's stuck, I'll put it in backwards.